everybody's really gonna handle losing streaks very differently. Nowadays, I find me, being able to cope with a losing streak a little bit more difficult because a lot of people are taking my same trades and trading for myself, by myself and not having anybody look at my trades. It was a lot easier to cope with the losing streaks. I take a loss. Oh, well, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the pool. I'm going to watch a movie. I'll come back later when my mind is fresh and review, see if the loss was normal or see if I fucked up somewhere. Nowadays, it's a little bit more difficult because I have the pressure of hundreds of people looking at my specific trades, judging the trades and giving me feedback on their opinion, which I do not need about my specific trade because I know my system that I've been trading for years. I wouldn't be in the position that I am today, if the system or I didn't trust in my own trading, right? And trading your own capital versus trading somebody else's capital versus trading and calling your trades out in a chat room, they're all different ball games. The easiest is when you're trading for yourself by yourself. When you start trading other people's capitals, you have investors calling you, yo, why are we down 3-4%? And then when you're trading a signal, like, yo, we're down 3-4 trades, what's going on, right? And then you have to explain yourself. So it's a whole different ball game. I just want the individual to kind of put themselves in a position where they can kind of look at it, right, from a perspective of, okay, how does this guy feel, right, that he just took 3 losses in a row and all these people are looking at his trades. Imagine the pressure of you trading alone. You already have enough pressure because you don't want to lose money. Now imagine trading in front of hundreds of people, or imagine trading hundreds of thousands of other people's dollars, right? So everyone's going to be in a very different position and going to handle drawdown very differently. But I just kind of try and move on with my day as best as possible and do things that bring up my mood, do things that make me happy. And I tend to stay away until I am required to come back, review, and look for the next trade. You're only as really, at the end of the day, you're only really as good as your next day, as your next trade. Because if you look back to before summer started, right, I was the first individual to make 176K on a funded account platform that nobody has broken that record. And I had the biggest payout, right? And then the summer started, and that's when my trading really started to go sideways, more break even, more losing days than I would with outside of summer conditions. And you kind of just see how everything changes from market condition to market condition, during the different times of the year. So everyone is going to handle things very differently, especially if you have, problems with friends, problems with families, maybe problems with a girlfriend or a wife, mental health, everything ties into that together. So when it comes down to me in specific, though, to answer your question, I just try and do things that bring up my mood. Like I just said, I like to do things to remind myself, like, hey, I'm a 22-year-old. I have $1.7 million in cars. I'm about to live in a $1.4 million house. Nobody has beaten my FTMO record. I currently hold the record for the biggest payout. I do things to bring up my mood, my confidence, as much as possible to kind of get ready to attack the markets again.
Talk your shit, Raul.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
That's what I want to hear, bro.
Yeah, bro. It definitely puts pressure on you, bro. Like it's
for sure. And I think that everybody who's listening at home needs to also take that away. Like, you guys just heard a long form conversation between us. You guys know that these are guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have more discipline than the average person, which is why they're in the position that they are to succeed. But that pressure already is what it is without the unnecessary commentary. And so I hope that this long form conversation will kind of help clear that air and be like, okay, everyone's fallible. We're all human.
Yeah, we're humans at the end of the day.
So,
people just put us on a pedestal because of where we are in life.
Yeah. It definitely takes a toll on you. Like, I go live every single day within the Learn and Earn, and then I literally see the people looking at me every single morning, and it's just like, guys, if there's no trades or there's nothing clean for the next 2-3 days, like, sorry guys, like, I can't do nothing about it. So I literally have to type in the chat, like, guys, we're simply waiting for this to get to this area. I'm constantly updating every couple hours because like I cannot move the market. So that's where people talk. That's where people start to get impatient, and that's where I realized that the most factor where people tend to fail is they just simply don't want to wait. They want it now, and that's with everything. They want to get my $10,000 days. Yeah, they want to get my $10,000 days. They want to get it now. They want to get.
They don't want to go through the
$100,000
struggle
payouts.
and that we go through, that we've gone through over the last few years. Look at my student child, right? I have a student who took my online course when he was 15 years old, right? He dedicated literally his life. He dropped out of physical school, enrolled in online school, and dedicated his life to learn how to trade. And now it's starting to pay off for him. He's only 18 and he just had his first $25,000 week, and he's 18 years old. Imagine that kid where he could be 3 years from now. That's the mindset that I gave to him that's putting him in that position now. Imagine where you could be 3 years from now, 5 years from now. That's what I'm looking at. That's what gives me more patience, because literally 5 years ago, pretty much when I started, right, I was only envisioning the things that I wanted. I had my goals and I said, okay, I don't want it this year. I want it when the time is right. Yeah. And by the time, you blink, you look back and like, oh, fuck, 4 years have flew by. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
That's when people ask me like, oh, how does it feel to be where you are today? Because, I'm not going to lie, for my age, I have accomplished a lot, but it doesn't really feel like much. It feels like what I've worked for. And it kind of just feels like it's another day to me now, because these are things that I've worked for, and these